Oh, well, hey, Ben. It's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of This is Messy. Okay. I know you guys have been enjoying the This is Messy. So I am trying to bring you guys more and more episodes. Okay. Now, last episode was a whole mess, a whole mess with the mama, the daughter, the husband. Girl, it was a travesty. So if you have not checked that out already, go ahead and scoot on over and check that out once you're done watching this video here. Okay. We do have another story coming to us from Reddit. So we're not going to waste any more time, girl. We're about to go ahead and hop right on into it. Okay. While we're getting this together so that we can talk about it, please be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. Okay. If you're not already subscribed, you can go ahead and do that as well because you might want to. Okay, girl. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, the title of this particular story says, pregnant girlfriend of 4 years told me her child might not be mine while getting induced for labor. First of all, ma'am, girl, you so trifling. Not you letting this man know this your boyfriend of 4 years and you want to tell him when you get induced that this is not going to be his child or it might not be his child. Girl, right? He says, I just found out the bio dad and his parents were at the hospital whenever I wasn't. So is you or is you ain't the daddy? Okay, because you said she told you that you might not be the child's dad, but then turn around, the bio dad and his parents were the ones at the hospital whenever you wasn't at the hospital. Girl, that is some messy boots. I know the doctor was all kind of confused, like, and who are you? And you are, okay. Child, we ain't never heard no side dude showing up to no appointments and stuff. Girl, not this and that. I just got me some new plants. And girl, I'm already seeing one gnat too many. Girl, I'm gonna have to go ahead and catch her. I hope she didn't travel with the plants when I brought them over. But girl, I feel a way about it. But anyway, I'm gonna clap him. I'm going to clap him. Don't you worry. But anyway, like I was saying, I feel like the doctor probably was a bit confused because I don't think I've ever heard of a story of a side dude that she was smashing on, actively wanting to fully be there from the time of pregnancy moving forward. It's possible, girl. So let's go ahead and talk about it, honey. So he says, throughout the whole pregnancy, she denied any possibility of the child not being mine. I almost completely moved into her house. In parentheses, he says, I offered for her to move into my house and we would live together, but she refused, but said I could move in with her. And at the time of birth was helping her and her family with a lot of moving and house projects. Okay. He goes on to say, she told me in the room that she was induced that the child might not be mine. She basically said she just really hoped it was mine and didn't want to sign the birth certificate if she wasn't sure it was mine. So I guess she was letting him know, hey, this child may not. Girl, that's a fine time to tell this man when you get induced. Talk about this child may not be yours. I hope it's yours, but the fact that I don't know, I don't want you signing any birth certificate. I guess that was a good thing. So prevent you from signing a birth certificate, girl, because if he would have went up there and signed that birth certificate, this ain't your child, then you legally responsible for that kid. Okay? And this a whole nother man's child. So I think she at least she got it right with that to go ahead and let him know don't be signing on this documentation because this may not be yours. Hello? What else happened? He goes on to say, she didn't want him to sign off on the birth certificate because she wasn't sure if it was his, right? But she says she still hoped it was mine and wanted a paternity test, right? He says, I really loved her and invested a lot of time and effort into this relationship. So I stayed and waited for a paternity test. I was at the hospital for several hours, but she kept saying that due to C-19, girl, they could only have a certain amount of people and her other family members wanted to come. So I guess they could only have a certain amount of people in the room due to Miss C-19 showing up. But some of her family members wanted to come up too. So maybe he probably couldn't stay as long because her family members needed to come up. So he goes on to say the child was born early November. The time between I spent the night a lot, but she didn't want me to move in anymore and actually wanted me to stay at home more before the child was born. Wanted you to stay at your house more? This is what? The child was born in early November. The time between I spent in the time between, I guess is what he mean. I spent the night a lot. So he wasn't staying in her house. He didn't move into her house yet, but he was staying over there a lot, right? But she didn't want him to move in at all, right? She changed her mind on that. So actually, what he said, and actually right before the child was born, she wanted him to actually stay at his house. Like, don't even come over here to spend the night. Like, I want you to stay at your house. I'm so confused at this point because I'm over here wondering, girl, who is really the side dude at this point? All right. If he said in the headline that the bio dad and his parents was there, then sir, are you the side man? Like, what is happening? Are you the side hot dog? Okay. Are you the side burger? Okay. While y'all over here calling side chicks, what is we calling these men on the side? Okay. Is they side burgers or they side dogs? Which one is it? But I'm trying to figure out because it's looking real confusing to me. Where was your family at? Did your family show up? Did he say his family? Because honestly, I have yet to see anything about his family. I've been hearing about her family, and I've been hearing about the other dude and his parents. But what about your family? Let's keep going, okay? So he says, I got a paternity test late November. And to my devastation, I found out the child isn't mine. The mother still had denied any contact with the bio dad. And I try to decide if I want to stay in the child's life. So she denied, wait, so you got a whole child that's not yours, and when you start questioning who it belongs to, because this is how I'm taking it, y'all. Y'all correct me. I know y'all gonna do that anyway, because that's just how y'all is, girl. But anyway, because it's confusing. So you done got pregnant by somebody, and it's not his. And when he asked you about the dude, that's what it sounds like to me. He asked you like, yo, is this dude A's child? Like, is this his child? She over here denying having contact with the man. Girl, like he not gonna find out. Oh, girl, this is messy, girl. You is messy, honey. Let's keep going. All right. So he says, I slowly tell my friends and family. He said, I'm still indecisive, but I ultimately decided I can't stay. So let me go ahead and get to the next part. So that's where his friends and his family came into play, because I've been looking for your friends and your family the whole time. I was like, when are they going to pop out of the woodworks? When are they going to give us something? Okay, where is your family at? I guess when you got your feelings hurt, that's when your families and everybody decided to come into play. All right, let's keep going. So what else did he say? He goes on to say the mother still had denied any contact with the bio dad, and I tried to decide if I want to stay in the child's life. I slowly tell my friends and family, still indecisive, but I ultimately decide I can't stay with someone who would put me in this situation, right? And lied to me for so long. He goes on to say, we had still been talking as friends, but I have zero romantic interest with her. When I told her all of this, she told me that she wanted me to be the father. But around month 7, the bio dad had reached out with a lawyer and demanded a paternity test and 50% custody if it was his. I ain't never seen no side dude. Girl, be this adamant. But okay then, honey, let's keep going. She never told me any of this before now, several months after the child was born. He says, I am still processing this. Before, I thought she just had wishful thinking. What he said? I'm sorry, I think I put words in his mouth. He says, before, I thought she had just wishfully been lying to herself and me that she child, I guess he meant to say her, girl. He got so much stuff going on in this message. It is definitely a struggle for your girl, but we're going to get through it. Okay, he says, me and before, I thought she had just wishfully been lying to herself and me that her child was mine. But she literally just told me that she had known and been lying to me for months. So at first he thought she was lying to herself and to him. And now he realized she was just lying to him. Like, what? So he says, today I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw her TikTok profile. So I decided to look at her videos. She posted a video of her child being born, and the biological dad was at the hospital with his mama. Girl, that's messy. So she out here still lying. Talking about the boy done popped up at month 7 with a lawyer and talking about how he want a paternity test and 50% custody and all this other stuff. Girl, Miss Girl still out here lying to the people. So I'm still off because the boy was there from the very beginning. I can't. Just a liar. This is messy. Wow. Now what else? He said she took pictures with him and the child. She knew the whole time, and I still don't understand why she lied to me like she did, because you was a sucker. Okay? You was a sucker. And you probably was over there giving her everything that she wanted, your coin and all of that. All right. And she used you up all the way to the very end when she got ready to be induced. I can't. What else did he say? I don't understand how someone can claim they care about you, be so nice to you, claim they love you, but be entertaining such an elaborate and hurtful lie. Girl, this how I be out in these streets, girl. So then he says, I've been mentally effed up for the last few months and just try to keep myself busy to not think too much. It's much better that I'm not trapped in that situation with someone who is so manipulative, but I was happy to be a father and still feel cheated. I understand that because he was there for the whole process though, y'all. Even though when he couldn't make it to the doctor's office, the other dude was making it to the doctor's office, the man was still invested. So much so that he was willing to leave his home to move into hers. Right. So, I mean, it is totally, totally messed up. Like, Miss Girl would have been blocked and he needs to start his healing process. Okay. I mean, it sounds like this situation, according to him, it happened in early November. So he's about 3 months or so removed almost from the situation. So it's going to be, he probably ain't going to get his groove back until the summertime. Right. But he going to have to stop talking to Miss Girl because Miss Girl going to manipulate him. Because when she down on her luck and she needs somebody to come through, one thing she know about him, he going to always show up and he going to always come through for your girl. All right. And I think he needs to show up and come through for himself. I think that is totally messed up, girl. You just sat up here and kept this secret from this man and then want to wait till you get to the hospital to tell him the truth. The only thing I can appreciate that she did was sit up there and tell that man not to sign that birth certificate because she wasn't sure. All right. Because that would have been even more messed up. If you would have been the person that was legally bind to this child, and if she wanted to put somebody on child support or anything like that, it would have been you before it was the actual biological dad. And then ain't no telling what the process would have been like to get your name removed from the birth certificate so that the biological dad's name can go onto the birth certificate, child. And once you locked into the child support system, they probably ain't gonna change it. I don't know what that process is like for you either to get your name removed. But either way, you better be glad that you rid yourself of the headache. You may not see it now, but you're gonna see it later, and you're gonna be so grateful that you dodged that bullet. Do you hear me? You're going to be so glad. But y'all go hop down in these comments and let me know your thoughts about this overall situation with homeboy and Miss Girl, letting him know that this child may not be his. All right. Hop down in the comments. I am your girl, Jamie. That's me, honey. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie That's Me. Join my Patreon, honey. Link should be down below. Okay. In the bio, in the description or whatnot. All right, girl. But that's really all that I got, honey. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.